Welcome back to another episode at Changes Mindsets for a Better Tomorrow. We thank you for joining us. You can succeed under stress and maximize your ability to work under stress and still achieve greatness. The biggest threat to the health of the workforce is stress. By the end of this module, you will be able to define the term stress. You will identify the different categories of stress. You will understand that through calmer mindful living practices, we can find happiness, joy, and meaning in our lives. You will also learn how meditation can help reduce stress. You will be able to list the ways in which you might improve handling stressful situations. And you will also learn how cognitive psychology techniques can reduce your stress levels. Stress is a normal part of life. You can experience good or bad forms of stress from your environment. Your body and your thought stresses any change in the environment that requires your body to react and adjust in response. The way in which you respond to stress will impact both yourself and the people around you. We are going to explore in detail the various objectives as stated. In the meantime, there are things you can learn to help you manage stress before it gets to be too much. These tips may help you keep stress at bay. Keep a positive attitude. Accept that there are events that you cannot control. Be assertive instead of aggressive. Assert your feelings, opinions, or beliefs instead of becoming angry, defensive, or passive. Learn to manage your time more effectively. Set limits appropriately and say no to requests that would create excessive stress in your life. Make time for hobbies and interests. Don't rely on alcohol, drugs, or compulsive behaviors to reduce stress. Drugs and alcohol can stress your body even more. Seek out social support. Spend enough time with those you love. Seek treatment with a psychologist or other mental health professional trained in stress management or biofeedback techniques to learn more healthy ways of dealing with the stress in your life. Now, let us look at what stress is. Stress is your body's reaction to a challenge or demand. It can be positive, neutral, or negative. It is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. It can come from any event or thought that makes you feel frustrated, angry, or nervous. So what is active stress? The law of stress is a general law applying to inorganic as well as organic structures, including their biological and psychological systems. This law states that stress is the difference between pressure and adaptability. It may be summarized as, stress is equal to pressure minus adaptability. The way in which you respond to stress will impact both yourself and the people around you. Are you allowing money, work, relationships, or health concerns to elevate your own stress levels? These are the sources of stress, but little stress every now and then is not something to be concerned about and even will help motivate you. Ongoing chronic stress, however, can cause or exacerbate many serious health problems. Stress means different things to different people. How can mindfulness help with stress? Well, this compassionate mind soothes you and inhibits your stress response. Mindfulness practice reduces activity in the part of your brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is central to switching on your stress response, so effectively, your background level of stress is reduced. You are better able to focus. In order to practice mindfulness, learn to pay attention. It's hard to slow down and notice things in a busy world. Live in the moment by trying to intentionally bring an open, accepting and discerning attention to everything you do. Accept yourself by treating yourself the way you would treat a good friend. Lastly, focus on your breathing. Let us now talk about meditation for stress relief. Meditation can produce a deep state of relaxation and a tranquil mind. During meditation, you focus your attention and eliminate the stream of jumbled thoughts that may be crowding your mind and causing stress. This process may result in enhanced physical and emotional well-being. So how much does meditation reduce stress? In a 2018 study that relied on the Headspace app, meditation was shown to reduce stress by 14% over just a 10-day period. There are, of course, other options available when it comes to stress management, and many of these other tools, such as physical exercise and breathing techniques, can help us in the moment. Encouragingly, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, can provide you with a new perspective on your situation, enabling you to regain control, reduce the intense of physiological and emotional symptoms, and adopt effective strategies that will help you deal with stressful situations with more confidence and ease. CBT works to change the way we view the world, reducing our level of worry, and teaching us coping skills to reduce our level of stress. Let us now explore the types of stress. While there are many different kinds of stress, based on research studies about the types of stress in psychology, stress can be divided into 3 primary types: acute, episodic acute, and chronic stress. Acute stress results from your body's reaction to a new or challenging situation. It's that feeling you get from an approaching deadline or when you narrowly avoid being hit by a car. We can even experience it as a result of something we enjoy, like an exhilarating ride on a roller coaster or an outstanding personal achievement. Episodic acute stress is when acute stresses happen on a frequent basis. This can be because of repeatedly tight work deadlines. It can also be because of the frequent high-stress situations experienced by some professionals, such as healthcare workers. With this type of stress, we don't get time to return to a relaxed and calm state, and the effects of the high-frequency acute stresses accumulate. It often leaves us feeling like we are moving from one crisis to another. Chronic stress is the result of stressors that continue for a long period of time. Examples include living in a high-crime neighborhood or constantly fighting with your life partner. This type of stress feels never-ending. We often have difficulty seeing any way to improve or change the situation that is the cause of our chronic stress. What causes stress in one person may be a little concern to another. The 4 symptoms of stress are emotional, physical, cognitive, and behavioral. Emotional symptoms include things like becoming easily frustrated, feeling overwhelmed, having difficulty relaxing, low self-esteem. Physical symptoms of stress include low-energy headaches, aches, getting sick, a lot of nervousness, chest pain. Cognitive symptoms of stress include things like constantly worrying, racing thoughts, poor judgment, forgetfulness, being pessimistic, and behavioral symptoms of stress could include changes in eating behavior, like not eating or eating too much, procrastination, increased use of alcohol and drugs, or exhibiting other nervous-type behaviors. Our bodies are designed to handle small doses of stress, but not equipped to handle long-term stress without consequences. So it must be treated by using these 6 techniques to manage stress, to avoid unnecessary stress by learning how to say no and avoiding people who stress you out. Pare down your to-do list. Avoid hot-button topics and take control of your environment except the things you cannot change. Look for the upside of things. Share your feelings. Learn to forgive. Alter the situation by expressing your feelings, being willing to compromise, being more assertive, and managing your time better. Adjust to the stress stressor by reframing the problems and focusing on the positive. Look at the big picture. Adjust your standards and your attitude. Allowing time for fun and relaxation, connecting with others, doing fun things, and keeping your sense of humor. Adopt a healthy lifestyle by exercising regularly, eating healthy foods like fruits and vegetables, and reducing caffeine and sugar. Avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs, and get plenty of sleep. And finally, stress is a recurring condition within our lives. But it doesn't need to become a long-term problem. Don't be too hard on yourself. By looking for ways to reduce our stress, developing good habits and stress management techniques, we can reduce the chances of suffering from the long-term health impacts of stress. If you feel that you can't manage your stress or stress-related symptoms, it's important to obtain professional help. At U Success, we have expert coaches who can help you. Don't let stress get the better of you. Thanks for watching.